Welcome to our hip mix. Hip mix is a combination of strength, cardio, and core. So our plan for today is going to be 2 different types of circuits. We're going to be doing weighted strength, full body strength with explosive movements. And then we're going to take it into non-weighted exercises that are going to work on mobility, movement, flexibility, and core strength, okay? So those are the different things that we're trying to target today, which will give us a full body workout by the end of it, okay? Make sure you've got sets of dumbbells, something lighter, something heavier, a mat if you plan to come to the floor. If you can't come to the floor, I will give you options for that mobility, movement, core from your feet, okay? With that said, we'll get started with our warm-up, okay? Stand up nice and tall. Shoulders down, track back, engage that center. You want that good posture throughout. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take that march out wide, wide march. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. March it back in for 8. 4, 3, 2. Take it wide for 8. 4, 3, 2. March it back in for 4, 3, 2. And take it wide for 4, 3, 2. And march it in for 4, 3, 2. And take it wide for 4, 3. Hold it wide and squat it. Bend the knees and bend the elbows. Sit it down and press it up. 4 more and we slow it up. Down to up 2. 2 more. Now down to up for 2. Take it down for 2 and up for 2. Down for 2 and up. 2 more times. Down for 2 and up. 1 more. Down for 2. Pick up your pace for 8, 7, 6, 5. You've got 4 more. Then we step back, right, left, and reach over that head. In 2 more. Step back and reach. Step and reach. Then if you can, drop that knee down into a lunge. Eight more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take that wide stance. Hands behind, down and up. Either loosely behind the ears, or if you can, interlock. Either way. Open the chest, squeeze, and retract the back. Sit it down, press it up. 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release the hands, wide march, right flat. 4, 3, 2. March it in, narrow. 8. 4, 3, 2. Take it wide for 4. And march it in for 4. And take wide for 4. And march it in for 4. Take it wide and hold. Hands on those thighs. Hinge forward, flat back. Roll it up halfway, stretch that spine. Take that flat back down and roll it all the way up. Allow that head to come up last and roll the shoulders back. All right, so your first set of exercises. We're going for a squat thrust, which is a squat press. If you don't want to do the press, you don't want to do the squat, pick one. Then we hinge forward for a bent over row. Then you put your weights down for an explosive movement to the toes or off the floor for those jump squats. 3 moves, okay? 1 full body, 1 focused upper body, and then explosive legs, okay? Feet are going to be hip shoulder width apart. Weights are going to be up in front, neutral position. We squat it down, we press it up if we can. 1 arm at a time if you need to taper it off. 30 seconds on that clock. Everybody's in it. Go. Squat it, press it, squat it, press it. Get low, get high. Get low, get high. Down, push and press. Think about driving the elbows down into the quads Stay pressing up to that ceiling. Down, press. Get that last one in. You have 10 seconds, so don't rush. Bring the weights down. Hinge forward. Slight bend to the knees. Start to work that row and extend. And then if you want to pick up your pace here, because we are building a little bit of that intensity today, make sure if you're going faster, you're keeping your control and form. Squeeze those back muscles as you drive those elbows up. Hold strong through that lower body. Remember, we've got 3 sets only today. We're not doing a total of 4. 3 exercises with those 4 sets. Now, you want to put those weights down. Make sure you're out of the way of those weights. You're going to get to your low point. You're going to come to your high point up on your toes, or completely up and off of that floor for that explosive movement into those jump squats. Regular squats if you need to. So think about level 1 is just being feet flat. Level 2, pushing up to the toes. Level 3, up and off of that floor with that full out explosive movement, jumping it up as you come on up. Sit and extend. Toes or completely off that floor. All right, grab your weights. Again, you've got 10 seconds. Get your feet hips shoulder width apart. Make sure everything's in place. Weights come up. Squat thrust. Down. Press. Drive the elbows into the quads. Press and extend up to the ceiling. Almost there. Press. Press. Good. Still holding on to the weights. Bring them down. Hinge forward. Lock the core in place. Slight bend to the knees. Hold. And then start to move through that row. So solid lower body holding you in place all the way through the core. And then those arms, pulling and rowing, squeezing and engaging those back muscles. Weights are down. Get into position at your low point, wherever that might be, bent elbows. Again, we're extending up. Pushing up to the toes, or complete explosive movement up and off of that floor. Okay, you find where it is you want to go. Just a regular squat. Lifting up to the toes to make it a little more energized and explosive. Really explosive up and off of that floor. Pushing the toes up and off of that floor. Getting yourself up. All right, grab those weights. Last and final set, number 3. Feet hips shoulder width apart. Weights up in position. Bring the elbows towards the quads. Press and extend for that ceiling. So again, you only have to deal with 3 sets today, but they are circuits that are packed with exercises and movement. All right, relax, hinge forward, get yourself in position, slight bend in the knees. Pull, contract those elbows, start here, extend, pull, find your pace. Lock that core and lower body in place. Weights down. Make sure they're out of the way. Last and final set. Again, you just want those regular squats. A little bit more challenging up to the toes. Fully explosive. Up and off of that floor. Go for that big range movement wherever that is for you. Just a squat, pushing to the toes, or completely lifting that body off that floor for that explosive jump squat into the air. Coming on our final 10 seconds. Right here, let's go. All right, watch me. I'm going to show you the floor exercises first. It's a windmill to one side, crunch. Windmill to the other side, crunch. And then we come up for that Russian twist and rotate over for that bird dog. Now if you're standing, you're going to be here. Up, rotate in, out. Up, rotate in, out. Twist side to side, right here. And then together, opposite arm and leg into that balance, okay? So wherever you are right now, you're either here, feet close together, standing, up, rotate in, out, and then alternate. If you're on the floor, take those legs to one side, give it a crunch. Take the legs to the other side, give it a crunch. Everybody set in position and go. You got 30 seconds on the clock. Remember, you'll have 3 sets. So first set, learn it. Second set, we're getting better at it. Third set, we're executing. Right here if you're standing. On those feet, right here. Lift into that crunch. Up and over. Lift into that crunch. And if the crunch is too much, just do the windmill of the legs. Good. Finish up your last one. And then we're going to come on up in position for your Russian twist here. Standing, you're locking your feet in place. Twist, 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 twist. So wherever you are, you're twisting it out. Here or here. The more you lean back, the harder it is. If you want to bring legs up, you can do that as well. You decide where you want to be. So again, you're thinking in this round or this circuit, you're working on mobility, movement, flexibility, and core strength. So all those elements without the weight restricting you. Think about that movement. Rotate over if you're on the floor. Opposite arm and leg extension. Opposite arm and leg extension. If you're standing, arms at your side. Opposite arm and leg extend. Take that slight hinge forward so you're getting that balance. And think about lengthening the arms out and away from the body. Same thing here. You're locking your body in that tabletop position. Extending and lengthening. Hold for a moment and return. All right, so again, if you're standing, you're back here. Rotate, right, other side. Keep the arms up. If you're on the floor, right here, you got a windmill to one side. Crunch, if you want to get the crunch in, or just work on the windmills. Once it's to one side, you're feeling that flexibility, and then you're engaging that core by lifting up. Lift and move from one side to the other if you're on that floor, and crunch it. Coming up, leaning back, twist, Russian twist right here. Lock those heels or bring them up if you choose. You decide, up or down, right here. Lock in place and get as much movement as you can. Again, we're thinking about movement, mobility. You want to get that spine going with that twist. Opposite arm and leg extension into that bird dog from that tabletop position. Nice and strong right here. Keep your balance, keep your stability. And on your feet, once again, everything's lined up. Opposite arm and leg, take that little bit of a hinge forward, come back up. Switch sides as you come through that center. So you got one leg that's got to balance you and lengthen out through that arm and leg that's extending out and away from that body. All right, we got just one more. Rotate over, bring it up, take it down into that windmill and that crunch. Windmill to the other side and crunch. Standing, rotating, one hip at a time, up, out while you maintain that balance. Arms staying up, locked in place right here. Go ahead, finish up your last one. Take your legs out if you're standing. Twist in here. Sit up if you're on the floor. Lean back. Legs up if you want it more challenging. 10 more, 30 seconds here. 30 seconds, last and final set of those 30 seconds. Take all those 10 seconds to make sure that in between those transitions, you're fully transitioning, getting your body set in position, and ready to go into the next exercise. Okay, those transitions are important. So here, we want to take the time to rotate over, to get into our tabletop with the wrists underneath the shoulders, with the knees underneath the hips. Once we're in position, then we can take everything out into that opposite arm and leg extension. And then same thing, standing, lock everything here first. Everything comes back to the center right here. And then other arm and leg coming out and away from that body. Good, finish your last one. Start to make your way back up. All right, make sure you've got something you can control here. Watch me the moves. One way you can, I'm going to show you from the side. My feet are hip shoulder with the front. Weights come behind, all the way up. Lock the core in place as you come down into that tricep extension. Now, if you have trouble getting to those tricep extensions, you're just going to work here within that range without coming all the way up. If you can't get the weights all the way up, lock your core in place, then you're not doing the tricep extensions, okay? Then we're going for those scooping presses, locking that core in place. Put those weights down, and we're going for jumping jack squats. Option to step in and out of those squats instead of the hop, okay? So grab your weights. Feet are hip shoulder width apart. Hinge forward, weights behind. Up if you can, bend and extend. Down into that hinge, lock it, bend it. Again, if you can't get it all the way up, you're just gonna work through the hinge and the raise. So your range might stay right here. If you can, lock it and bend it. And from the side again. You'll see I hinge, weights come behind, up, lock my hips underneath my shoulders, and then bend and extend. Good. And then gently return back to your center. Keep your feet locked in place, your core engaged. Scooping press. Now we're focusing on just that upper body movement. Starting to get a little bit of that chest activation here. Weights together gently, gently, gently. No slamming, no swinging. All right, finish up your last one. Weights go down. Make sure your feet are out of the way. You're sitting those legs together to start. Again, either stepping into that squat or more explosively hopping out and in. Drop those hips down in between those legs. The lower you sit, the more you open up those hips. Working that lateral movement inside, outside. You're staying right in this movement here. If you become all the way up, lock the core and work through the triceps. You're going to get that tricep extension in at the top of the move. So you got to freeze your body here to go through the movement. Then start the movement process again. So you have to have that control to stop and go. Good, finish up your last one. Return back to the center. Arms at your side. Lock everything in place. Scooping press. Good, you want those arms as straight as you can with the soft elbow. We have only one more set left. We're going to put the weights down right now. Let's get that explosive movement in. If you can, you're hopping. If not, you're right here for your option. Stepping and squatting side to side. Right here. Hopping into that wide squat, dropping the hips low. Hopping and tapping those toes back in. Weights, you got your final set right here. One in each hand. Feet hips shoulder width apart. From here, we hinge, weights come behind. All the way up, lock it in place. Bend and extend. Again, if that tricep extension is too much, you're living in this space here. If you can, right here, you got to freeze your body to get that tricep extension and then move it again. Your last one. Return those arms to the side. Lock everything in place. Breathe. Scooping press. Don't use your back. Make sure you're locking your core in place so that it's the chest, shoulders that'll work to get those weights up. Place the weights down. Feet together. Again, option to step into those squats or more explosively hop in and out of those squats. Good. Sit low. Come up and hop it in. Breathe through it. You're almost there. Last set, get that last explosive movement in, get that heart rate up. We're going to bring it down with our movement, mobility, flexibility, and core strength coming up in our next circuit. 3, 2, and 1. All right, you're going to watch me on the floor first, then I'll give you your options. We're doing child's pose to push-up. If the push-up's too much, you can just work on the child's pose. If you can, press away from the floor and into that child's pose. Then you're up for those ankle reaches. Too much to stay in that plank position? Lift from the knees and take the knees back down if you need to, okay? And then for that final exercise, we're coming into that plank, big runner's lunge outside of that mat in hand. Rotate, step back, really open up those hips, work that flexibility right here, okay? You can also just work on tapping it out if you can't get into that position first. Now standing, you're a little different. Slight bend to the knees. You're going to do your good mornings. You're going to do your opposite reaches here. And then for that final exercise, you're going to bring everything together. Step, rotate, in, step, rotate, in. Okay, get that movement there. So child's pose push-up or good mornings if you're standing. Lengthen out. Use those glutes to pull you back up. Hamstrings. Go. breathe. So again, standing. You got that good morning, straight back, active upper back, on the floor, child's pose, push away, press into that child's pose. The knees stay on the ground the entire time unless you want to go through a full push-up. Good. All right, relax your arms from your head if you're standing, child's pose if you're on the floor. Then you're going to bring yourself into position, plank if that's where you're going to go. Hands back up behind your head, reach for your ankles. Right here on the floor, plank position. Lift the hips and reach for that ankle, opposite. Standing, the feet stay grounded. Rotate, reach, back up center. So now you're still getting the hinging in, but you've got to cross and use those obliques. I get a little bit more of that flexibility coming down towards that ankle. Good. Release your hands from your back if you're standing. Sit back in child's pose if you're on the floor. Lift into your plank position. Step outside of one hand. Rotate and reach if you can. Step back. Rotate, reach if you can. Hands together. Standing, feet together. Step back. Rotate. Now your feet are close together. Arms are in front. Long, lengthen arms and rotate through it. Step outside, rotate, reach. Step back into plank, other side, step out of that mat, rotate and reach. Sit back in child's pose, get ready for that child's pose push-up. Everybody standing, get your feet back here. Get your arms back here, soften up the knees. Hinge forward into your good mornings, and come on up. Hands stay behind the head. On the floor, child's pose, push up. Child's pose, push up. On the floor, sit back. Standing, just release the arms. Get ready to bring them back up. And reach for that ankle. Reach for that ankle. On the floor, plank position. Reach for that ankle. Lift the hips up as you do. Remember standing, lengthen and reach. And now taking the hand away from that back of that ear to rotate and reach. Good. On the floor, sit back in child's pose, standing, bring your feet together, arms in front. Step back to right. Follow that right hand. Back to the hand, step in. Left. Follow that hand. Come back, step it in. Plank position. Step outside the mat, big runner's lunge. Open up those hips, rotate, reach, and follow that hand up if you can. Now if you can't rotate, remember, you're just going to work on tapping and opening up those hips. You can also do it from the floor and tap out here. Start to get those hips warmed up from the knees, okay? Sit back in child's pose. Everybody standing. Legs out. Hinge forward. Pull up. On the floor. Child's pose. Push up. Child's pose. Push up. It's your last set. Right here. Good mornings. Good. Child's pose. Push up on the floor. Sit back on the heels. Press away from that ground. Sit back on the heels. Press away from that ground. 5 more seconds. Sit back in your child's pose. Everybody up. Relax. Bring it up. Activate. Now you're releasing that hand to reach. Release that hand to reach. On the floor. From the knees if you need. Pop and reach back to the knees. Right here if you need to. If you can, right here, reach. Reach for those ankles. on the heels. Everybody stand, get your feet together, hands together. On the floor, plank position, step out, reach. Step back, other side, step out, reach. And again, standing, feet together, hands together, step, rotate, pull in, step, rotate, pull in. Good, relax down. Going back to that weighted set. Alright, side lunge with a curl, reverse flies, and then skaters. So we're going to step weights here, curl, step weights outside, one inside, one outside, if you can, okay? Then we're going to hinge forward for the reverse flies. Alright, if it's too much, you can step small, right? It doesn't have to be big. Just get that side step into that curl. Just do curls if that's too much. And then our skaters, we'll go over that. Let's get our weights up. Let's get into that side lunge, curl. Side lunge, curl. One weight on each side of those legs, no matter where it is that you are. Good, so remember, it could be a small step, or it could be bigger and up. Bigger and go up. Hold it up, release the arms down, hinge forward, soft knees, open and close, reverse flies, locking in just the upper body. Weights down. Again, step side to side. Push off more explosively. If you need something lighter, just give me hamstring curls. Right here, or again, get more explosive. Really use that hip to push and catch your body, stabilize, and then quickly move into the other side. Be quick, make explosive if you can. Get that heart rate and intensity up. Shake those legs out here, and then wide prisoner squats. Arms up, okay? So if you guys are up here, you're going for side, side. If you're standing, again, you have to be either rocking side to side or rock into that side plank, side crunch. That is a more advanced move. You don't have to be there. So I'm going to start with just the side to side. Heels down, I'm rocking to one side, I'm rocking to the other. Legs up, okay? If you want the challenge move, you got to come up and then use your body to rotate to the other side. Now you got to know how to control that rock from one side of the mat to the other before you can go into that side plank movement. Rotating your body from one side to the other, yes? All right, now if you're on the floor, you're gonna get those legs up. Hands behind, shoulders up if you can. Either just out and in, or circle down, circle up. Standing, straight legs. Arms just stay stable and out. Right here, you want your hip abduction, okay? Because that's what we're doing here, but we're going both legs at the same time. And in circles, for more advanced, more challenging. All right, arms out, head down, feet down. Lift into a bridge, reverse crunch. Lift into a bridge, reverse crunch. That's the floor. Standing. You guys are here. Prisoner squats, like we did in our warm-up. But now you're all warmed up, so let's get a little lower. The arms stay up here, so the back is activated. On the floor, your arms are out to keep your body solid as you go into that bridge and push up into that reverse crunch. All right, once again, we want to rock side to side. Challenge movement into that side crunch. Standing, hands are behind the head. And remember, you're bending here, so it's a side crunch. Side crunch. Side crunch. Side crunch, okay? We're rotating, and then if you can, taking that rotation into a side plank crunch. Rotate to the other side, side plank crunch. But you gotta work on getting that rotation first. If you don't have that, you can't get that, okay? All right, right here. Legs up, head up, shoulders up. Everything strong, just out and in. Or circle, circle. Bigger legs if you can. Point the toes, lengthen out through those toes for that one. Arms out, straight leg. Straight leg, so you went from that bending, crunching to long down low. Keep that chest lifted with those hands behind the head and upper back engaged. All right, on the floor, give yourself a little hug of those knees, and then rotate over to make your way up. Everybody up, roll your shoulders back and down. Good, 3 more. 2 more. 1 more, hands on those thighs, feet forward. Roll it up halfway. Flat back on the way down, all the way up. Good, hold. Lift, grab that right wrist, give it a little pull. Come on up, open, cross over, rotate that wrist. Other direction. Open, lift, grab, pull. Open, cross the left hug, rotate. Other direction. Open, lift, lengthen both arms up, lower down, reach it into left behind, open up that chest. Release, step in, take that right foot back, press that heel to the ground. Lift the back heel only, pelvic tilt in, open up that hip flexion, stay there. Lift that back foot up, bring the heel to the front, sit down. Lengthen out that front leg from behind. Lift up, step in, take that left foot back, press that heel to the ground. Get that position first. Lift just the back heel up, pelvic tilt forward, open up that hip flexor, stay there. Take that back foot, step forward on the heel.